Hey everybody, it's Archangel Becca, back to play more Slay the Princess. Got the witch and the damsel last time, so we'll see which one's more I need to get. I really don't want to get the same ones by accident. That would just not be fun. So, here we go.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm gonna play through this first part this first time on this one, and then I'm gonna skip it next time, because it's getting kind of repetitive. And I don't really know if this does anything. I haven't just went before.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Right.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Just gonna go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Yeah, sure.
Her
Mr.
voice
Narrator.
softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
I'm here to slay you. I'm here to save you. I can't actually say that truthfully this time.
Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
Exactly.
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Hold on. Let's talk about it
Okay.
first. Just walk up the stairs. Alright, so
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Can you imagine being named Princess?
Oh, God dang it. Princess. So Princess is your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
What are you gonna do if I let you out of here?
The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter. It's not like you'd believe me.
Not really. Get the feeling I'm supposed to pick one of these. This thing really quick. I could keep her locked away and get the prisoner one, I think. Not entirely sure. Could just be quiet this whole time. Just walk upstairs, not even talk to her. I'm gonna keep you locked away down here, at least for a little bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. Keep her locked away.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out. So
Yeah.
I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
Really?
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Lock her in the
I
basement.
know you think this is some kind of fair compromise, but it isn't.
It's time.
No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work if we just stay here and keep watch. No one has to die.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
I actually get to see the other side of the basement now. It's just literally the stairs in the square room.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way back to the stairs.
Fine. Turn your back on me. But it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
The skin. Okay.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. Either way, she dropped the mask, didn't she? You can still grab the blade and get back down here.
No, we're sticking to plan and locking her away. Oh, that's a relief. I was afraid I'd already committed to not slaying her. That's a good basement. Yeah, I know, right? No, we're sticking to the plan and locking her
It'll
away.
be the death of all of us, but fine. We'll do it your. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade.
What do you mean once held? Where is it?
Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things things easier on yourself and let me out.
No.
It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare.
Yeah.
As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
How would you do that? She's banging.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it.
Oh no.
You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
Threaten me all you want. All it does is ease my guilty conscience. So all of that was just an act, wasn't it? You're not really innocent or harmless. You're not even a princess. You're a monster. Ignore her and go to sleep. Shh. We'll just... and then we'll ignore her and go to sleep.
Ignore her. Maybe the banging and wailing will stop if you just don't pay attention.
Maybe.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall.
Let's go to sleep.
You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You're welcome.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on?
Yeah, whose side are you on, narrator?
Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
It can.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer,
Oh, God.
one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
No?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is.
We died.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Got spooked to death. What a great death. Just... the nightmare. Oh, God.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
She's gonna kill me again.
Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself.
Don't flatter me. I've already died I don't know how many times.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Shh! What if he hears us?
Oh, I got the paranoid now. Great.
That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you?
Yeah, what?
Shit. I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save, after all.
I'm telling the truth, and all this that really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Yeah.
We couldn't trust either of you, and as far as I'm concerned, we still can't. All we did was lock her away. And how'd that work out for you? No comment. Well then, congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And your solution is to send us back in there? Do you want us to slay the princess, or do you want the princess to slay us? Obviously, I want you to slay her. One of you poses a threat to the world, and the other doesn't.
We're not very threatening, apparently.
Anyways, I believe your other question was something along the lines of, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Speak for yourself. From my perspective, there were plenty of consequences. I'm never going to forget the way she just made us stop working.
Yeah, she kind of did do that.
And that's only scratching the surface. If what you said is true, it begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or have you found yourself in another world altogether? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? If she brought an end to everything and everyone, how are we supposed to stop her? What do you want from us?
Exactly.
I want you to succeed. You'll find a way. You're the only one who can.
Mm-hmm. Let's proceed to the cabin. I've already talked about the princess.
A
on
warning
items.
before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Don't have to worry about that.
I don't think lying and cheating is a thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least, she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away. It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
Mm-hmm. Into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is plain.
Oh God.
The smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway.
It's not inviting.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time.
Yes, there was.
It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
This whole cabin is different than I remember it being.
Very different. I'm not the only one who sees her in the window, right? She knows that we're here.
There she is in the windows.
Calm down. Maybe the three of you just think everything is different because you haven't been here before. Enough of this past life nonsense. You haven't died. You certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
Brush mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the empty basement door frame. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Ridiculous.
Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
Go in the
Oh,
basement.
we should have taken the knife. I don't think going down there unarmed is going to do us any favours.
No knives. None. No. Though it is
You
terrifying.
cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps, suspended in darkness.
Oh, it's blinking at me. They're blinking. Ugh.
More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour.
I don't think we're gonna be doing any slaying.
Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
I don't think we will.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk to her. We don't need a plan. I'm just gonna kill her. Mr. Narrator seems to think I can do it. I don't know why you're all being such pessimist right now. Step off into the void between the stairs. Just continue down the stairs in silence. We'll just go down the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right.
Cool.
She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you.
Just admitted it's weird by saying I'm not gonna say anything about being weird.
Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again.
Probably gonna die again.
Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Scary. I guess we'll go to the left.
You turn to the left. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you
Oh,
are.
God.
I told you I was going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
We're just gonna die again. Just.
It's almost like you want me to get you.
There has to be a way out of this. Think! Think! What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
You're telling me.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Is that your face or is that a mask?
As your blood begins to coagulate, it's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt.
My blood is coagulating in my veins. That's great.
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves,
I feel like the nerve should be before the liver.
liver, nerves, heart, Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open.
I don't want to see.
What are you doing? I'm working! Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches
Ow.
death.
This is an awful noise.
Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead, even if you look ridiculous.
Even if you look ridiculous.
She isn't attacking us. Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. And how are we supposed to do that? We don't have a weapon. The way out of here is nowhere to be seen. That isn't my fault. Doesn't matter who's...
Dang it! Ugh. Doesn't matter whose fault it is because fighting her isn't an option right now.
Then you should get looking, shouldn't you?
Why won't you finish me off? What good am I to you alive? What do you want from me? What happened to after you killed me last time? Something to stop you from destroying the world. I can't just let you leave. You're a lunatic, you know that, right? We want to work together. Can you at least turn off this whole organ shutting down situation? How about I just kill you instead? We don't have to be enemies. We can work together. We can be friends even. I'm not doing any of this. I'm not helping you leave. I'm not going to try and kill you, so do your worst. Okay, let's get out of here. Fine, you win. I'll let you leave. Run. Well, we'll do some of this stuff. Because this is one I think I'm going to end up doing. Happened after you killed me last
I
time.
believe all you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me, and then... Well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too. I don't think I can live without you, and dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
You me alive, then why'd you thwart me on the stairs? Why didn't you try being nice to me?
Liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
I am being nice. You're alive, aren't you?
Barely.
You died of fright as soon as you saw me last time. I didn't think keeping you alive was an option. But it looks like that's not a problem anymore. At least not for me. You seem miserable.
What? We want to work together. Can you at least turn off this whole organ shutting down situation?
I am what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
You're a lunatic, you know that, right?
Like I said,
God, that
I am
scared
what I
me.
am.
Ow.
And right now, I'm in control.
Ow. Why?
So, you might want to be a little nicer to me.
He raises one long gloved finger, its tip hovering just over your skin, seeming to enjoy the lingering threat. But she withdraws, sparing you another momentary glimpse of death.
It hurts my chest. Why won't you finish me off? And if I let you out, what then? Do we go our separate ways?
Definitely not. If If you're what I need to leave this place, chances are you're pretty useful. I think I'll keep you right by my side. A little good luck charm to make sure I stay free.
I don't like this one. Take me back to the one where they lived happily ever after. You have to go watch the last video to see that one. She's a little crazy in this one. I don't like the noises they decided to put with her.
Don't worry. I'll make sure to take good care of you. I promise.
Promise. Too spooky. It's not. Yeah, she is spooky. But I don't know. The noise is just in my right ears. Promise. I promise. Andrew's agony. I'm not gonna stick around. Oh, ooh. We don't have to be enemies. We can work together. We can be friends, even.
I'm glad you're seeing things my way.
I'm not doing any of this. I'm not helping you leave, and I'm not gonna try and kill you, so do your worst. And I'll remain here forever.
You poor deluded thing. Do you think a single moment of bravery changes you into something you're not? I am what I am, and you're always going to be a coward.
Am I?
She raises a hand to her mask and pulls it down. You don't get the chance to see what lies beneath before it envelops you.
Gross.
Like a creeping mold, the complete reality of your existence threads its way through your mind. Birth, death, birth again, decay and bloom, a million stitches from a million microscopic wounds you've inflicted on everyone you've ever met, with every muscle you've moved and every word you've ever spoken.
Hmm.
No.
No. No.
Let me out.
Your existence hurts them.
Let me out.
Let me out.
A lonely soul in a room by itself, weeping. It lives for 80 years and then it's gone. And then it's there again.
Oh, long Johnson. Yeah. No.
Let me out.
Poor princess.
A reprieve, a good life, love, children, a steady career, recognition from your peers. Here one moment, gone the next. The worms have found their orifices.
Yeah, weird.
Let me out.
Diagnosis. It forgets everything it is. Anger, rage, distance, poverty. The lonely soul is lonely again. Love turns to mockery. It dies. It is reborn. Worse. Lonelier.
Saying this is Dr. Princess? She's not, because Dr. Princess isn't a real princess. What's her last name?
Let me out.
No. What's happening to us?
Let me out.
This is all too much. I can't keep going.
Narrator, you're just a voice in my head. How come you can't keep going, huh? Is this at your end? I don't know.
You can't keep going? Well, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about? But he doesn't respond.
Oops, I think I broke you. I'll see you soon. You'll know what to do.
Will I? Your body is dead, but you live on. Oh God. See what hides behind her mask. The moment of clarity.
You're on a path in the... Shit! What the hell was that? Who are we? What are we doing?
What are we doing?
There was a princess, I think. It's all so fuzzy. It hurts when I try to remember.
Got the broken bag.
I think we were trying to save the world.
E?
You shouldn't know about the princess. At least, not until I... You've already been here, haven't you?
Yeah.
I guess. It feels so long ago, almost like we've never left. We have to let her out.
Don't wanna.
No, that's the opposite of what you're here to do. You have to slay her.
Slay her. Not save her. Slay her.
Slay? We decided not to do that, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we're supposed to let her out. It's really the only way this works out for us. If you think about it, she's the one with power here. Nobody else can do much of anything. No, we were supposed to keep her trapped there forever, I think.
Okay, I guess we're all here now.
We're supposed to be unfeeling. How many times do I have to tell you to snuff out your heart?
Snuff it out.
We can't be unfeeling. Not when there's so much fear everywhere. There's nothing for us to do. We've already tried everything. We love her, so we have to set her free.
We love her. I see we take the princess and move her somewhere else. We take her and we push her somewhere else.
Can we love something that hates us? Can we love something that hurts us?
Exactly.
To be given an ounce of kindness from something so cruel would be more pure than any other love.
Would it though?
Why are there so many of us? There aren't supposed to be so many of us. This is bad. You need to get a grip. What did you let happen? How many times have you been here?
We broke. I think they're all wrong. Quiet, head voice. I'm trying to think. That's a good question. How many times have you all been here? What if we don't go to the cabin? Can you make sense of them? I feel so disjointed. I don't know if I can pull this off. I don't know if I can slay her. The only way out is to do nothing, so nothing I will do. Stay where you are. I'm gonna save her quick and do that one. We'll do some of these at once. Alright. I feel so disjointed. I don't know if I can pull this off.
Many times. It feels like we've been here forever, but it also feels like we've barely been here at all. It doesn't matter.
No.
Yes, we just have to do what she says and then everything will be fine.
Everything will be fine.
It won't.
It won't.
It will be for us. She said so. You're part of everything. If things aren't fine for everything, they won't be fine for you. There's no difference between fine and not fine. It just goes on and on.
But that doesn't make sense. I only remember being here twice before this, and some of you don't seem to remember being here at all. Was I here those other times? Does someone else make the decisions?
What does here even mean, if you really think about it? Shut up! You were here.
Shut up.
Every single time. You did your best, really. There's just a pecking order. And our cruel and beautiful goddess sits atop it, right where she's always belonged. You're lucky. What I would give to be able to forget. I've tried to keep them numb, but they're all too soft. A shame, really.
I don't remember what I did. Then it couldn't have been me that did it.
Don't think about that too hard. All it will do is weaken your resolve and make it that much harder for you to slay her. Maybe you're shattered in your own way.
B.
Are you your memories? Or are you the one perceiving the present moment? Ugh! Here you go, philosophizing again. It never goes anywhere.
Yes, this is far from the first time you've asked us about consciousness. Who am I? What am I? What is I? Who even cares?
They're good questions, great questions even, but they don't have any answers. And they all just end in quivering torment.
It doesn't matter what we do, because we always find her, and if we don't find her, she always finds us.
Dang, you philosophizers.
And then she smashes us into smaller pieces.
Smashes.
If you all just stopped feeling, we could have been done with this ages ago.
Oh,
Your thoughts are far too scattered to rein back in. Your only option is to silence them.
the only way out of here is to do nothing, so nothing I will do. That's what I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna savor this one really quick.
You do nothing. You can't just do nothing. You have to do something.
Do I? Do I have to do something?
That's a new one. Huh. Do you think it'll work?
No.
No. Nothing ever works.
No, I don't think it'll work.
Boo! You're the worst one.
Boo.
He's not the one who got us into this mess.
At least I keep you breathing around her. See? That's why the sad one's the worst. The jumpy one tries.
Sneezy.
Who cares? All of you just yap about nothing.
And that kind of attitude is why you're in the top half.
Great.
Top half? What?
And that's why you're not the top.
I want to see what nothing does for us. And right now, all of you aren't letting nothing happen. Hopefully, this stuffs all the rest of them someplace quiet. You need me, and you need to not have them.
Do we, bro? Cold? Do we?
He'll get you killed by himself.
I'll get you killed.
Oh, all of us have gotten all the rest of us killed at one point or another. That's hardly even a concern now.
All killed, gotten us killed.
As the little voices bicker amongst themselves, you do your best to stay still in the woods. It is difficult, and the more time you spend waiting, the harder it will be to sharpen your focus when you need it.
Are we sane? The voices? Yes, of course. We've all gotten ourselves killed at least once.
I wonder what we look like right now. Are we standing? Sitting? I like to think we have an air of dignity. My point exactly.
Continue to do nothing.
You have already committed to my completion.
What?
You cannot go further astray.
I can't do nothing, apparently. Not allowed. Wait, so which one's... Was that the witch, maybe, that did that one? No idea. Feel so disappointed, I don't know. No funsies allowed. Can't do nothing. Not allowed. We don't go to the cabin. I think they're all wrong.
Of course we're wrong. She's the only thing that's right.
Is she, though? Is she?
Yes, obviously they're all wrong. What are you going to do about it?
Can you make sense of them?
There's nothing worth making sense of. They're clearly all traumatized.
They're traumatized. The voices in my head, they're traumatized.
And yet, you aren't. We break apart, and you stay the same.
Yeah, what's your secret? Why can you break the rules when we can't?
What if we don't go to the cabin? Idea?
We've tried that.
Have we? Oh yeah, you did.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't.
Our hearts always brought us back to her.
The deck is stacked.
So many paths, and they're all circles.
so disjointed. I don't know if I can pull this off. I don't know if I can slay her.
I don't care how you feel. You have to slay her. You have to pull yourself together. You have to snap out of it.
I don't care how you feel. Doesn't matter.
You're lucky you haven't been stuck here like the rest of them. There's no other way to keep going. You either need to forget, or you need to stop feeling much of anything. They can't do either.
He's not wrong. He's the only smart one left, if you ask me.
He's worse than her.
I guess we proceed to the cabin.
You slowly make your way through the umbral forest, bumping against unseen trees as you grasp through the darkness for a way forward. But eventually, you do make it to the cabin. Or rather, you make it to the place a cabin should have been. Instead, all you find is an empty hill.
There is clearly a mirror here. Not to you, Mr. Narrator. I don't like that the hill is see-through here. All I can see the trees through it.
No, this isn't right. There's a cabin there. There's always supposed to be a cabin there.
Well, there's a cabin. It's now all in one piece.
Don't ask him about the mirror.
Don't ask him.
He always says he never sees it. He always lies.
Right.
And he always makes it gone. It's exhausting. We must be such a mess, but we never get the chance to fix ourselves. That thing is mocking us.
Stay focused. You still have a job to do, and it's best not to be distracted by fraying thoughts. There is no mirror. You know that as well as I do.
That right here.
She's still here, buried deep inside the earth.
Is she?
Just walk up the hill. You always give too much space to the others. It's why you always lose.
And what's wrong with giving them space? What if it helps them? What if they need to be heard?
They've been heard too much. It's why they are the way they are. Exactly. They are delusions, and all that catering to them will do is drag you down to their level. You have to keep moving. Or you could just give up.
What was that? Approach the mirror.
Walk up the hill, hesitating just beyond the bounds of the cabin. The cabin that isn't there.
Wonder if I'm a delusion to some Birdman. Maybe if you were a voice and just a voice, but you're a living, breathing person, so.
You've got to clean the mirror, haven't you? You've got to see what's in it.
Am I? Yes, you are. I know you are for a fact. Gotta see what's in it.
Smash it to pieces!
Punch it.
She's on the other side, and we have to let her out. It's the only way we can be free.
Okay.
It's the only way we can have our thoughts back.
Not my thoughts.
Just go around it.
Just go around it.
Just do something. It doesn't matter what. Exactly. I'm sure that whatever you settle on, it'll be the best possible decision you could have made.
Proceed.
Proceed? Proceed to where? I'm afraid you're going to have to be a little more specific.
Just proceed.
That's another new one. How do you keep coming up with new things? I hope this works better than nothing did.
Of course it'll work. He always makes the best decisions. It's why he gets to make them. And it already has worked. It's gone, don't you see?
That my pristine blade?
We're one step closer to her.
I don't want it.
The interior of the cabin is much the same as the exterior of the cabin. A dull, fuzzy, dreamlike nothing. It's empty and isolating, but there's just enough vague shape and unknown texture to suggest the structure they're in. Wrong and unsettling as it may be.
Yeah, that blade is so pristine, so clean, so mean. It's just...
The only object of note is a pristine blade buried in the dirt floor, a hint of its shining edge teasing through the sediment.
Juice goose. Wink. Not very pristine if it's buried in the dirt floor, is it? Covered in dirt.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right.
I don't plan on doing it right.
Take it. It's the only way forward.
I kick it. I want to kick it. Can I kick it? You have to take the blade or take the blade. It's the only way forward. You've already tried everything else, don't you remember? Kick it. I wish I could kick it. Apparently you can't. Take the blade or you have to take the blade. Well, we'll save it. And we'll go from there. Have to.
You reach down to take the blade, but as you do, the ground beneath it shifts, the weapon sinking deep into the earth.
Bye.
You lean over the hole and gaze into the abyss. It is so very deep. Deep in the bowels of the earth, you see something staring back at you. It fills you with dread.
They did a good job with the sound direction in this game.
It's a...
Sans Undertale. No.
She's watching us. She never stops watching us.
You really are a coward.
With every word she speaks, the princess in the pit blinks closer.
Here she comes.
I was joking when I said that way back when. You know that, right?
For you.
Closer.
I was having some fun, and I guess I wanted to see if I could melt you.
And closer.
Watching over me forever? That was so brave.
She has 3 hands. Feet, hands, and hand feet. 1, 2, 3 hands. Gloves? They're not really connected to her.
And closer.
But forever is so, so long. And time erodes everything. Except for me.
You're a little eroded.
I've already taken your will, and you're not getting it back.
Not fair.
All that's left is for you to take my hand and let me out. It'll be so much fun. You and me, together, exploring the world and spreading fear wherever we go. Well, mostly just me. But you'll get to be there too.
Push her back in. Just... I mean, my ears. It's loud, isn't it?
A trinket that gets to stay with me all the time. Right by my side.
Give her the smoosh. Just nudge her with my foot. Just nudge her back into the hole. I feel like I'd just die because she can kill me with just being near me.
A witness. I can even make you a little cage if you want. Gilded and everything.
A little cage.
Now don't pose. Don't try to resist. I've already molded you into what I need. And you lost your power so long ago. Don't bother working yourself into a frenzy to get it back.
I want a grill and a beer cooler. Then it's a deal. I'm gonna see if maybe the music did not reset. I thought maybe with the update it reset it. It didn't.
Do something. Do anything that isn't taking her hand.
Don't take her hand.
What are we supposed to do? She took our weapon.
Just kind of shove your foot on her face and just shove her back in the hole.
This really was a lost cause, wasn't it? You sealed our deal and refused to kill her.
Kick it, yeah. I wish. I mean, I wanted to kick the knife, but they wouldn't let me. I feel like I would have kept it then.
Kill or be killed. Yes, I suppose you're right. Oh well. There's no paralysis anymore. Is it because we've already given her what she wants?
Just take her hand and set her free. You're just an object, a tool. You once were something else a long time ago, but that was something new, or is it just a dull and was that something new? Or is it just a dull and jaded memory? There is no other ending here. Just take her hand and set her free.
You extend your hand to hers. For all her past cruelties, the moment feels gentle, tender even. I can't believe you just made me say that. I hate you.
I hate you. Can we just go now? What kind of perspective is this?
The motion is difficult at first, as if something still resists your efforts. But then that resistance gives way, and it's over.
His own perspective. I feel like I could have just fallen on top of her. I feel like that would have been the better option here. Just like throw myself at her into the hole, make her fall down. Probably would have just went through her. She's like a ghost.
And that's the end. I wonder what we're going to do next. I didn't think I'd be so tired.
Were we really at the... Okay. The princess, exhausted, slumps.
Why is it so cold?
Something, because, like, you're kind of like a entity almost now. Oh, there they go. They took her. The hands are coming. They came. They always come. You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Yeah. I can finally think again. Almost.
I don't know, this music's pretty loud.
That mirror's back.
Yes, it is.
What does that mean for us? I'm sure it'll be whisked away, just like her. Maybe it won't be gone. Things are different now, aren't they? Doesn't seem like there's much else to do here.
I did do that. I did turn the master sound down. Turn it down a little bit more. I don't want to turn it down too low. Oh, this is music. Okay. Okay, there we go. Maybe. Seem like there's much else to do here.
Finally, we can smash it.
Smash it.
Oh, you stop with the smashing.
What do we say, boys? One last vain attempt to look at ourselves.
Yeah. I think I'd like that.
Seems we've got a majority. All that's left is to give it a look.
Give it a little look-see. First mirror. You step towards the mirror once more. Its secrets remain hidden. Its mysteries remain unresolved. Kakao.
Something tells me that this is the end of the line. But I don't feel bad about it.
It's my bird, man.
I'm ready.
We'll see.
It feels okay. The fear's gone. I'm done fighting. My heart feels quiet. The game was always going to end. I'll be free of all of you. I'm ready for the truth. I'm ready to sleep.
I'm just ready to be anywhere that isn't here. Boys, it's been an honor.
Been an honor, boys. Let's go. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. Ugh. You are withered. Withered once before. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. Oh, she's so big over there. You are at the cabin, am I? Approach her.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist. That's okay. What do you think of this vessel?
This one is filled with sadness. A doll, abandoned to the company of her darkest impulses. She desires only companionship, but the only thing she knows is how to hurt. She will make for a tender heart.
Okay.
Do not mourn her. She has finally found her way home.
Do you still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
More vessels do I need to bring you?
We will know when we near our destination.
Okay. How can you stand to be a contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
No matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
If anything makes me like you more, I don't know what that says about me. I'm not really at all seem so distant as soon as I'm near you. No opinion one way or the other on the matter. I just want to stop when I'll stop. Yes, you're torturing me and I hate it. I think I hate you. All seems so distant.
It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be. But that doesn't make any of them less special.
What happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
So you don't have any preferences on how you like to change your
The
growth?
tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me.
We figured out what you'll want when we've finished.
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Bring the moment of clarity to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay, so we'll just skip this along. Let's see. Finally continue to the cabin again.
You make your way up the short path.
To the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost...
To the basement, no knife.
The door to the basement creaks open.
I'm here to save you. I'll lie about it.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
Sorry.
I see. You're trying to get her to lower her guard. It's a gamble, but it might work.
But it might work. Probably not.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
Shrek again.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Okay. You were lying when you said... Okay, can I click this? If I click, it's gonna do that. You were lying when you said you were here to rescue her, but regardless of your intentions, bringing her out of those chains would be a big mistake. Don't you try it. Hold on, let's talk first.
Okay.
Okay. Things are getting messed up now. Save right here. Go back upstairs and retrieve the blade.
Thank you.
I'll just go get it right away.
You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here. You'd better hope for your own sake that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. She has to be bluffing, but I'd hurry if I were you. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet.
Uh-oh.
Where the princess
she's
sat only
out.
a moment ago, there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen.
She ripped her own arm off. Oh. You done it now. Run. Run.
Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
Did it? It doesn't look bigger to me. Hello? Hello? I think we got off on the wrong foot. Do you think we could start over? Let's finish this. Hello? Ooh.
Oh, you coward!
No, I don't think we can.
Oh, you coward.
Why don't you come closer? I have something to show you.
Let's
Your
finish.
eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her. Where is she?
Close the door behind you. Why would you do
You
that?
close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
Oh, you coward. Come on out. Let's just get this over with.
You step forward to investigate the severed limb. A trail of blood leads from its jagged stump into a dark corner of the basement.
Hey, I remember you turned around once. Yeah, just a little while ago. And now I'm looking to a random dark corner in the basement.
And then you hear the quiet patter of feet against the floor, and there's suddenly a weight on your shoulders. The princess tears into you.
Oh
Her
no.
teeth and claws are unnaturally sharp, ripping into your shoulders, digging into your throat. You fall to the ground, the princess eagerly tearing at your flesh. The ferocity overwhelms you, and as the princess rends flesh from bone, your limp fingers lose their grip on the blade. It slips from your hand, your one last means of defense lying useless beside you in a pool of your cooling blood. I suppose you just lacked the will to fight back.
Just got mauled by a princess.
This is the end, isn't it?
All right, tease boys.
I'm afraid it is.
We're gonna die.
You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
Hear me say what? Get mauled by a princess? Yeah. Well, when would you say that? Like, ever?
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Except right now, I guess. The Beast. Cat princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I feel like I might say it again, then I'm gonna get mauled by a princess. Okay, no. Wait, hasn't this happened already?
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. If he doesn't remember what happened, then something else must have trapped us here.
Maybe.
You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing for you to do right now is march up to that cabin and slay the princess.
I beg to differ, narrator. I am forced to be here. I tried to leave the one time, and I got trapped in a time warp loop thing. It's all your fault. I'm telling the truth.
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you. Let's say for a moment that if you're back here, I'm assuming you died. We did our best with the information we were given.
Yeah.
And yet you still died, didn't you? So, great, congratulations. And I believe your other question was something along the line. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, if it's the latter, what do you think? Do you think the people there lived? All the more reason to keep our wits about us, should we even return to the cabin. We could find a safe little hole somewhere instead.
Hide out like a little rat.
You have to go to the cabin. If you don't slay the princess, she's going to end the world, which you're always going to be a part of, even if you're cowering in a hole. There's no escaping your responsibility here.
Still part of the world, even if you're cowering in a little baby hole. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature? I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered.
Is she, though? She got out last time.
She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell. That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
This whole cabin is different than last time.
Very different. I wonder why. Maybe that's because you haven't actually... So focus up.
Go to the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall.
What are you talking about?
This isn't a wall.
I bet-
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin, but there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone.
Let's go in the
Now, Steel
basement.
Claw, do you think we can talk our way out of this? I don't think she wants to talk.
Matter, no knife.
I guess we'll just have to trust that we made the right call. It'll still be here if we need it.
No knife. Time to go get mauled by a princess.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes.
Please, no, it hurts. No, yeah. It might hurt, but what we'll do, it needs to get done to get those other princesses.
The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
We're going into a rainforest. Going from a cabin to a rainforest underground.
She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
Creepy.
She sounds almost feral,
Is
impatient, or maybe eager.
eager.
You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere.
She's literally right there. I can see her tail.
You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess.
Oh yeah, she's just a princess. Yep. Not a lion or anything.
She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you.
Yep.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
Look close enough. It looks like she's bald. She's just aerodynamic. Where? Don't you hear that clinking? She's in chains again. We're fine. Arrow. You're about to attack me, aren't you? I can see right through you. We don't have to kill each other. You know that, right? Move. As you hear that clinking, she's in chains again. We're fine.
We're not. Move. You lunge to the side,
God.
in a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air, disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body. The princess.
Princess should scare me.
In an instant, she's pounced on the spot where you would have been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her.
Actually, I think she's a dragon. Ugh.
Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
Your chain is quite long now.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
You whirl around to find her, and your gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs. So she's cut off our escape. Shit. What do we do?
What do you want? Ew, she looks like Gollum. Gollum. We don't have to kill each other. What if I helped you? What if we left together? If you could get on up here on your own, wouldn't you have already left? Stop hiding and show yourself. I was sent to kill you because you're a threat to the world. I'm starting to believe that's true. Run for the stairs.
I want to swallow you whole, and I will get what I want. You have no exit. You have no hope. You live and die by my whims, and my whims alone.
Don't ask her what she wants. Just run for the blade upstairs and slay her with it. Is that all the advice you have? We don't even know what she looks like. Some specifics would be very helpful.
Yeah.
She's just a princess. Don't overthink it.
She's just a princess. Yeah, okay.
She's clearly not.
But why? Why do you want to kill me? Stop hiding and show yourself. I was sent to kill you because you're a threat to the world.
Why does anything kill anything else? She needs to.
She then.
I didn't say I wanted to kill you.
It sounds like she wants to do something even worse.
She's gonna eat me whole.
What she wants only matters if she wins, and you're not going to let that happen. She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive. It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
Play dead. Survive. Stand still. Survive.
Spinning through the jungle, barely moving out of the way before the princess surges past you with a speed that makes her practically unseen.
I don't think I can keep this up. Okay, fine. Why do you want to eat me? Not to kill each other. Stop hiding. Show yourself. I was sent to kill you.
I don't question who I am or what I want. I simply do. To act is always better than to react. To do is always better than to watch.
You sure?
I can't believe I'm saying this, but you do well to listen to her. Less standing around asking questions, more doing exactly as I say.
Hiding and show
If you
yourself.
want to see me, you should get better at seeing.
Just get better. Prove your eyes. Dummy.
She knows that her strength lies in shadows and secrets. She won't reveal herself unless she has to. A tickling sensation rises at the base of your neck. Flee. We can't keep doing this.
Stay alive.
You're a slow. Or maybe she's a little faster. You avoid her slavering jaws, but she manages to graze you, her titanic momentum skinning you along your side.
Ow.
It's like being sideswiped by sandpaper. How is she that fast?
How do you know how it feels, hero? Huh? This is my body.
You're bleeding now.
You instinctively touch your side, testing her claim. It's wet, and stings from the gentle touch of your fingertips.
Owie.
A costly mistake. We can't make it again. We will make it again unless something changes. We have to break the pattern. We need more time. She's cutting off our escape.
Our game is nearing its end.
You're deflecting.
And you bear your weakness to the world.
She's more tense this time. She means this next blow to be the last. The mere thought of moving again makes your bloodied side ache. We're exhausted. We're bleeding. We're still alive. We owe it to ourselves to move.
Again.
Once again, you narrowly avoid the full force of the impact, and once again you are too slow to come away unscathed. You're starting to get tired. You're making mistakes. This isn't working. We have to do something. We have to figure out a plan. Don't plan ahead. Act on the now. All that matters is that we stay alive. We're trying, but we can't keep this up much longer. We have to. We keep up or we die.
You're getting slow.
She seizes the opportunity, lunging once again from the darkness, fangs bared and claws flashing. She attacks over and over and over, and each time she leaves with a little piece of you. Too tired to think, but we have to think. We have to move. It's too late. Before you get the chance to react, she makes her last foray from the dark corners of the room, unhinging her dripping maw, her eyes fierce and full of hunger. You do your best to dive out of the way, and you partially succeed.
You dodge a creature until you can dodge no longer, it says. That was my achievement, just now.
Partially? Yes. The princess fails to swallow you whole. She only swallows your lower body.
She just swallows your legs whole.
That's just as bad. That's worse, even.
Yeah.
It's death either way. At least this will be a faster end.
Well,
You look down to see that the dirt between you is strewn with your intestines, trailing all the way up and disappearing
Disgusting.
behind her blood-stained teeth. Your legs are nowhere to be seen. You start to go into shock.
Yo, is that a really long sausage? If you count your intestines as sausages, I guess. Along with your legs that are now in her stomach. Stinky. Yeah.
The princess, bloody saliva dripping from her lips, idly gnaws on what's left of you as you rapidly fade away.
She's slurping up my intestines like spaghetti.
I didn't mean to do that. I still need to devour you. And it doesn't count if you're dead.
Doesn't count if you're dead.
We're not dead, we're... But you don't have time to protest her premature observation of your death, because everything goes dark, and you die.
I died, oh no. The den.
You're on a path in the wood. That didn't work. We're going in with a plan this time. We're not getting stuck in another loop, just acting on instinct. We're stuck in a big enough loop as it is. Instinct was keeping us alive, until it wasn't. So what are we supposed to do? Great, so you've been here before. That doesn't bode well. You're not supposed to have been here before. This is supposed to be one and done.
One and done.
So you
Not.
know more than you're letting on.
Yeah, Mr. Narrator.
Yeah, what he said. Of course I do, but believe me, it's in your best interests. The more you know about the princess, the more difficult your task will be.
Trust that.
And why is that?
Yeah.
Having me explain why would defeat the whole purpose. There are simply some things I'm not allowed to tell you. It's a hard rule.
It's a hard rule.
And whose rule is it? Who's telling you to boss us around? We've died twice already, and if you want us to stay alive this time, it's in your best interests to give us an edge. It's my rule, and this conversation is over.
Okay, what's the plan? The path is different than it was before. I want answers. What's going on here? What do you know that you're not telling me? What if we just leave? What happens then? No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. Let's see this through. I'm done with this. Bye. Turn around and leave.
You're right. This is different, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm starting to lose track of things myself.
Well, jungly.
Ground is ground. It doesn't matter what shape it takes. We'll adapt. If it looks different, that's because the situation has started to spiral out of everyone's control. So please, disavow yourself of the notion that you can just come back here and fix this place if you manage to make a mess, before that line of thinking leaves you yet another world in ruin. Though, as evidenced by you dying twice, it's safe to assume the fates of the worlds you've left behind don't concern you very much. Consider this your last opportunity to make things right, for you and for the rest of existence, but especially for you. Clearly we're not getting anything out of him.
Okay, what's the plan? I want answers.
Like I said, I've told you as much as I can without putting you at a disadvantage. If anything, I've told you too much. You've already died by her hands twice. You shouldn't need much in the way of motivation. She spent as much time as she could in the shadows. So we're gonna draw her out. But she's fast. And she's clever. We're clever too. So this time we're not gonna let her cut off our escape. We're gonna lead her to the stairs ourselves. It'll be a lot easier to deal with her once we can actually see what she is. But you already know what she is. She's a princess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Right.
A princess we couldn't see, and one that had big, sharp teeth, too. How about you stick to describing things and we'll stick to doing our job? Sharp teeth?
If we just leave, I have
Doesn't
nothing.
seem like she can escape on her own. Maybe not quickly, but it's inevitable that cabin won't last forever. And she will? Forget I said anything. Just treat this with the urgency it deserves.
She doesn't need to eat or drink, so... Alright, what happens next? Seems like all our answers are in the cabin. Let's see this through.
You make your way down to the cabin. Your fated confrontation awaits. You know what to do.
In a hill now. The hill is growing over it.
Alright, we've been over the plan. Goad her out of the shadows. Make her show herself. And what if she doesn't want to be seen? We'll figure out a way to make it happen. And if that doesn't make her any easier to fight, it will. It's always easier to fight what you can see, no matter how big or toothy she might be.
See into the cabin.
The interior is dark and overgrown. Vines and brush obscure so much of the place that, had you not seen the exterior, you might not have noticed this was a cabin at all. The only furniture of note, if you could call it that, is a knotted stump, a pristine blade embedded in its exposed rings.
Wish I could kick it.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. Of course that damn mirror's back, and of course he's not saying anything about it. Why is it following us?
We're like in a jungle now, it seems like. Because she's a beast.
What are you talking about? There is no mirror. It's just the stump and a narrow tunnel that leads to the basement. He isn't tricking us. Can you feel the wind? It's telling us there's a hole in that wall. Our eyes deceive us.
Doesn't see it, but we definitely do.
Then either way, we need to investigate. Might as well get started.
Approach the
You
mirror.
really think being unarmed is best? I hope you know what you're doing. But let's not forget that it's up here if things go south. The steel claw makes us sloppy, too confident. We'll be faster without it. You step forward, approaching the small hole that leads to the basement, hesitating before you enter the princess's lair. Haven't you been paying attention? We're not hesitating. This supposed hole is blocked by that old mirror. That mirror isn't part of this place. It's seeped through from somewhere else.
Yes.
It, if there even is an it, is a hallucination. Like you said, you've been here twice before. Your mind was bound to start playing tricks on you eventually. It went away after we reached out to it last time. Might as well try wiping it clean again. What's the harm?
Yeah, what is the harm? Never not
Reach
touched
forward
the mirror.
and wave your hand over the open hole leading to the basement. See? Nothing. Tricks of the eye. No one sense can be trusted on its own. You step forward into the darkness. If there were once stairs leading into the basement, there is nothing left to attest to their existence now. There is only a long tunnel of packed earth, growing more narrow as you descend. It smells of mold and decay. The damp walls leave streaks of dirt along your body as you're forced to hunch, then finally squat down on all fours in order to continue. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour.
Spell.
As you crawl forward on hands and knees, you're met only with the sounds of ambient earth. No voice slinks confidently up the stairs, no entity threatens violence or pleads for safety. Stay quiet. sound.
I think she can still hear us. Finish business. We should talk. You don't have to fight. I'm ready to let you out of here. You don't have to fight. I'm ready to let you out of here. Lie. Say nothing and silently proceed down the stairs.
You say nothing, maintaining the silence as you carefully make your way down into the basement.
Sneak down there.
The basement is dark and cavernous, a gaping maw threatening to swallow you whole. There is no light here, save for what little starlight has managed to filter down the tunnel. And though you can't see the vastness of the space, you can feel it. You're exposed.
Stay on your toes. We take a step into the shadows, and as soon as she moves, we jump back, make her follow. From there, we trap her in the tunnel, draw her out of the cabin, whatever it takes to get her out of her element. Then we're safe.
I have to do this. Staying quiet, are we? Step into the shadows. Ready to fight. Step into the shadows and try to lure her out.
You step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide despite the inky blackness, waiting for any sign of movement.
That's right. Keep steady. Don't let your nerves get the better of you.
There, she's about to strike. With the near silence of a determined predator, the princess erupts from the shadows. But you've already started your swift escape.
That's stage one. Now stay focused.
You dive into the tunnel and begin scrambling up towards the cabin. You hear her behind you, claws raking at the dirt, chains rattling, breaths hot and heavy with the effort of the ascent.
How long are your chains now, princess?
But the sounds are coming slower now, the breaths pained and stuttering. You no longer sense frantic motion behind you in the tunnel. You risk a
Successfully
glance.
flee from a creature in their den.
She is a broad and sickly creature, her withered and emaciated flesh clinging to bones too large to fit in the narrow space. She managed to squirm her way into the tunnel in pursuit, but now she's stuck, incapable of either moving towards you or returning to the open darkness of the basement below.
Oh.
So that's what she's become. She wasn't like this when we started. Was she?
No.
No, she wasn't.
Looking at her makes me feel sad.
Yeah, now that we can see her, she doesn't feel like much of a threat at all.
Oh, she is.
Her eyes look up at yours, wide, pleading. Come back, you can imagine them saying. Don't leave me here. But you shouldn't listen to the sad eyes of a vanquished enemy. She wants nothing more than to change places with you.
She looks like a kitty that's begging you to turn the water on in the bathroom.
If you want us to ignore her, then why would you tell us any of that wide, pleasing eyes begging for mercy business to begin with? All it does is make us feel conflicted.
Yeah, narrator.
I'm merely describing things as they are. It's not my fault that her eyes had something to say, even if that something was a ploy, which, if I might stress, I pointed out to you. What should we do about her anyway? Can she still end the world like this? She hurts. We should help.
Maybe we should try and talk to her. This is a good opportunity for information. We shouldn't waste it.
That's a terrible idea. She doesn't know anything. She hasn't even said a word since you got here.
Let's talk. Peacefully approach the princess.
You cautiously make your way closer to the princess,
You could have just
her
said it
eyes
for
avoiding
me.
yours with the silent resignation of a defeated predator.
Oh no. The arms. They came. They took. They got her. But you don't get the opportunity to speak to her, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
Oh.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. Approach the mirror. It's gonna be okay. Just trust me. Been here before and you always get scared. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need it to see what's in it. Ugh. You've unraveled. Oops. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. To the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Real long. She's a long girl. She got little wings and a tail. Got like a lion nose, too. You have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is consumed by instinct. A predator pushing those around her to adapt. She will make for a bold heart.
Bold.
She wishes me to devour you, to make you a part of myself, but she is only a voice. Do not mourn her, for she is part of something greater.
That anything is real out there, do you think that we're real? Do you think there are people out there? Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken? Coming back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know why, but I know that for a fact. He does. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I find him. And when I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
Okay. More vessels do I need to bring you?
One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular. A final multitude.
Okay. This is the last time. Is there anything you would like me to bring you? This is the last stage before your completion, then I'm not going back. I'm just gonna stay here.
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
Think anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
What happened? There are people out there.
It doesn't matter if there are. People are too small for us. You and I are the only things that interest me.
What's gonna happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
True. This is the last stage before your completion, then I'm not going back. I'm just gonna stay here.
You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you.
Okay. Wait.
I will see you when you return. What textures will you weave for yourself? If you close that box, you'll always come back to the box.
To pick the other option. Oh well. Get back into it. My orange Umaru screen is very bright. Steam, let's go.
You have returned to me. Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side.
Thanks. I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Cool. Everything goes dark, and you die. Bring the den to her. Okay. Alright. Let's go to the main menu. Alright, everybody. So we did 2 more princesses. We did a moment of clarity, which I assume is the nightmare. Was the one before that. And then the beast, or the den. Not sure the difference, but yeah, we did them too. I don't know if there's another route where you don't take the knife. I guess I locked her away and then I went upstairs without talking to her. What else I could do? But we'll try. So yeah, this has been Slay the Princess. Want to see more of my videos, and you want to see when I go live, you can always follow me here on Twitch. If you want to watch the videos after the fact, or you missed part of this video, or anything like that, I do have my YouTube linked to my channel, so you can always subscribe and get notifications over there so you don't miss any of my videos, and you can always watch them whenever you want. So yeah, have a good night, everybody. Bye.